Hi, I'm Casper, this is Luke, and this is Heather, and today we're going to work on loose leash walking. So what we're going to do first is we are going to start off by doing a lot of very quick changes, and we're going to change up our speed by going faster and slower, but we're going to be very, very unpredictable for him. Okay. If he starts lagging behind, falling ahead, either one, we want to be able to correct before he gets out of position. Okay. So that's the biggest thing we want to do. The other thing is we want to be able to talk to him.
No, stand.
So as he starts moving, before we move, we want to give him the command to tell him what we want him to do. Okay. So if I'm going to tell him to turn left, I've got to tell him to turn left before I turn left. Okay. If I'm going to go right, I've got to tell him to turn right before I turn right. So our command sets on this is going to be Luke, watch right, Luke, watch left. Luke means to look at me. Watch means I'm changing directions, and then left means to slow down so I can get around you, and then right means to speed up and come around me. When we do a Luke watch, that means I can go any direction other than that really hard turn. So we've got the left and the right main turns, but as we're moving, I want you to be able to come through and just go Luke watch and just be able to smoothly turn, but I want him to stay on that side hip. Okay. All right? So we're just going to wander this area right over here. Okay. Nice, slow, and controlled. Okay. Don't move any faster than what you can control your dog. Okay. And then I'm going to guide you along as we do this. Okay. All right. Go for it.
Luke, heel. Luke, watch right. Good job.
Good
Luke.
boy. Get that head up and treat.
Good
Try
job.
to treat on the move. We want to keep the dogs
Luke,
moving
right.
so that as they're continuously moving, they understand that as I do something
Luke,
good,
right.
I'm not going to automatically stop so that I can get my reward.
Luke, watch right.
Okay, and you're pulling him up into position. So that's the one thing we don't want to do is we do not want to pull the dog along with us. We want to do a snap, snap, snap and pop, pop, pop the
Luke,
dog as we're doing our movements.
Luke, watch right. Oh, not the, no. We both blubbered.
All right, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Luke, heel.
So heel means to start walking. Okay, again, we got that pull going. I don't want to see pulls. I want to see snap, snap,
just let
snap.
Go?
Nope, I want to see little corrections. I want to see little snap corrections.
Luke, heel. Watch right.
Good, and you can speed up and you can slow down. Okay, you're pulling again. You're pulling again.
I think it's just a habit.
So
it is a, like
see your
for me, it's a habit doing this.
So as we start walking, we have Luke heel.
It's a bad me habit, not a Luke
Instead
habit.
of trying to guide him forward, what I want to do is I want to correct him forward. So I'm going to come through and I'm going to go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So there's going to be those quick little snaps in there. Okay. If I get that, let's go, let's go, let's go. Now I can move him forward as opposed to just trying to go to this giant dog. Okay, good grip. Nice.
Luke,
and
heel.
Perfect.
Luke, watch left.
So pop back, backwards, not up,
this way?
Back, yep. Because if you're turning left, you want him to slow down, right? Okay. So if you go up, the correction is going to bring his head up, potentially bringing him into a sit or a stop. Okay. We don't want him to stop, we want him to just slow down. So it's a backwards correction.
Okay. Luke, heel. Luke, watch left.
Turn hard, yep, good.
Good
and
job,
then
Luke.
Pop forward to get him to keep moving again.
Luke, watch left.
Okay, we're getting into that pulling again. All right, we don't want pulls on those leashes. We never want the leash to get tight with the collar getting tight because then the collar is useless. Okay. So every correction we do, it doesn't have to be a hard correction. It just has to be a pop, pop, pop.
Light.
Okay, those real quick snaps is what we're looking for.
Okay. Luke, heel. Luke, watch left.
Pop them back. Okay, you're holding again. It's snap and release. The release is one of the most important parts of your correction. Luke, if you can't get the release, you're not going to get a good correction.
Luke, watch left.
We do not want to get into a tug of war match with our dog. Okay, so notice now how he's starting to slow down. He's starting to back up a little bit when we're making those left turns.
Yeah.
Try to make a complete U-turn and turn into him. So tell him, Luke, watch. Yep.
Luke, watch.
And then turn into him all the way. Turn. Tight turns. There we go. Okay, that was a really big, wide turn. I want a nice, small, tight turn.
Like tiny one?
Yep, so I want you to come up and I want you to go whoop right around him.
Okay. Luke, heel. Luke, watch left.
Good. See how he's nice and tight to you, but I did see a nice tight collar holding him back too. All right.
So I swear it's my error. It's my habit.
And it is. We make the mistakes, and that's okay. That's why we do what we do as far as trying to adjust these things. So when we're trying to force, and what's he weigh? 140 pounds?
150.
150. Yeah. All right. We can't out-strength a 150-pound dog, and if he wants to go somewhere, now there's no way a tug-of-war match is going to win.
No.
I cannot get into a pulling match with my dog. I can't do it. I have to be correcting, which means
I really just need to work on my habit of getting out of that.
Correct. Yep, it's 80% us and 20% the dog. He will do what he's taught to do, but we have to teach him right.
Right.
So if we can get that little snap in there, instead of trying to pull a 150-pound dog backwards, we're going to be a lot more successful in this. Okay. And then now we can go to the right. So we're going to go to the right turn and go all the way around. Remember, it's not watch right, because watch right is a hard right 90-degree turn.
Right.
Watch left is a hard left 90-degree turn. So this is just going to be a Luke watch and then
turn quick. Slowly
turn. And then he's going to have to wrap all the way around your body. Your feet should not move.
Okay.
They should just kind of roll around. And he should be curling inside those knees, just like we do for the return position. Okay? So try to keep him nice and tight to you, but don't pull him through, all right? Let him move, and if he gets too far out, give him those corrections to bring him back in.
Okay. Luke, heel. Luke, watch.
Pop, pop, pop. And then, let's go. Good boy.
Good boy, Luke.
Okay, make sure we're treating. Good. So, pop, 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 keep moving.
Let's go. Watch.
Good boy.
Luke,
leave it. Let's go. Leave it. Let's go. There it is. Good boy.
Good boy. Luke, let's go. Luke, watch. See, I hesitate.
Try not to pull.
I hesitate when I turn too. I don't know. I think part of that is just how I walk. Because like if I'm in a store or something, I always slow down and like almost stop before I.
And that's okay, but we just have to communicate it to our dog.
Okay.
So even if I'm walking, let me see your leash. Yeah. So even if I'm walking and I know that I'm going to be walking, Luke, heel. If I start walking and I know that I'm going to hold up, I can go, Luke, wait. I can stop. I can go, okay, I'm going to go right. Luke, watch right. And then I can turn right. And if he starts falling behind us, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good boy, let's go, let's go. Good boy. There's a good boy, watch. Good boy, wait. So as I start moving, everything I have to do, I basically have to think about what I want to do first. And then I have to be able to go, okay, this is what I plan on doing. This is what I need to tell my dog so that he can prepare for it. Then I have to execute both of them. His command and my command that I just told him to do. Right, I know. So.
Because I subconsciously do it, I think. Because I notice, I don't notice it all the time, but I even do it at work. Like I slow down and stop. It's a habit.
Yeah, and he'll pick up on that if it's consistent.
Yeah.
You know, that's not an issue. The only thing that we want to make sure that we're not doing is I don't want to see the pulling.
Yeah.
Now there is a time for that, and that's that closer command. So if he starts drifting off, and I can go Luke closer, and I'm rolling that hand inward to bring him in. And that is a great command to be able to do, just to be able to bring him back to me.
Okay.
It's a non-correctional command to be able to bring him inward if he starts drifting out. So same thing as I get out to the point where I want to get him off to my side, and I still have my proper grip, and it's just going to go Luke closer, and I'm going to bring my palm in and bring it up so I can look at the base of my palm, which will bring him straight to me. Okay. That is physical guidance without a correction. Good boy. And it works really well on the move, because if you're moving a lot and all of a sudden you go, oh, he's drifting, Luke closer. And I bring that hand up, but notice how as I'm bringing my hand up, he's just drifting inward.
Right.
So I'm not pulling him. I'm just giving that little bit of gentle guidance of direction.
With just a little bit of a tug.
It's not even a tug. I'm literally just turning my hand from down to up.
So okay, so I'm just trying to understand it right so I can work on it like at home and stuff. Yep. So it's basically like the tension. You're putting a little bit of tension, but not pulling him.
Correct.
And he understands that it's there to come to you.
So anytime he feels tension in this collar, he should be trying to eliminate the tension in the collar.
Okay.
Because if there's tension in that collar, that means he's pulling.
Right.
And the biggest problem that we always see is that people wait until there is tension to do anything about it. We don't want to wait for that point.
So we need to work on it as it's happening.
Correct. Before it happens. So if we're here and all of a sudden he gets here, well, I should already be correcting.
Okay.
Because he's already an entire head length behind me. If he's here, well, now he's too far ahead of me. The collar's not tight yet.
Okay.
So I should be correcting before the collar gets tight. It's only when the collar gets tight and the dog's already dragging me down the road that people sit there and go, oh, I've already lost control now. So we never want that collar to get tight. So as we start moving, if he does drift out, look closer, and bringing that hand inward is just going to guide him back to me. And then once he comes back, he's still going to be able to get that payment. Good boy.
And for him, because he's so big, he actually only just took like 2 steps.
Exactly.
To move back to you.
Yeah, it doesn't take much for them to be able to move a drastic distance. You know, if I had a little Chihuahua, it might be a little different. So I'll give him back to you.
Luke, return. Now if you notice, Luke and I are always crooked. Is it because of how I'm standing, or
Yes.
is it because he's so big?
It's because of you. It's your angle that you put in.
We are always crooked.
Yeah, so
always.
So when you guys are standing here and you're lined up and he's canted, it's because you're not readjusting to him.
Okay. So when he comes next to me, I should just
wiggle. Yep.
Just wiggle so I feel straight.
Exactly. And then pay.
It may
him.
still not be perfect, but
it'll be better.
Wait.
You're looking to be better every time. So if we can get a little bit better each time, eventually he's going to understand this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
And that's the thing is, if I only pay you in perfect position.
He moved and I didn't, so I was here. But if I move myself here.
Now you can pay him. Okay. But never pay your dog outside of proper position. Okay. Because if I pay him outside of proper position,
he's gonna get used to it.
Exactly. Okay. He's going to think that I can get a reward just for being in this area instead of being perfect.
Okay.
We want perfect, because if we train for perfection, what are we going to get?
Perfect.
Nope. We'll never get a perfect dog. Never. We'll never get a perfect dog. But we're going to get great. And I'll take great. I'll take a great dog. All right? I'm going to work for perfection, but I'm never going to get perfection in a dog. But I'll get great, and I'll take that. All right? And if I can keep fixing all the errors, all the tiny little errors, all I need to do is fix small little errors so that as I fix the little things, the big things never have a chance to happen. Okay. If I fix him here, I don't have to wait until he's all the way in front of me and I'm dragging or getting pulled.
So my goal is to do this all week.
Yes, and the best thing about it...
So that we can get better.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't... I mean, you're always saying it doesn't take that long to get better at it.
It does not, no.
So
but if you stop doing it, it plummets fast. So when we look at this area, this entire pad is 35 by 35. We haven't used the entire pad. We've only used 2/3 of the pad. So when you start looking at how big of an area you actually need to train, your front yard, your driveway, your small areas that you guys have, you can do that, and then it's just a matter of changing from there to another place. Go across the road, go to the parking lot. Go into different unknown areas, and this is all you need, this big of a space, because if I have this big of a space right here, I can move, I can change, and if I'm backpedaling with my dog, my dog should be able to stay with me.
Okay.
Whether that means they turn around and walk backwards, and then I start moving forward and they turn around and walk back with me. But my dog has to be paying attention to me at all times.
Okay.
If I'm walking straight for a 3-mile walk and just walking around the block, my dog's not paying attention to me at all. Or paying attention to everything else that's going on around them. But if I do these drills where I'm constantly moving and I'm constantly changing my position, it's like dancing. You have to pay attention.
And he'll learn to pay attention and keep up with
Exactly. And where do you think his eyes are going to start going?
To you.
They're not going to be down on the ground. They have to start moving upward to watch you.
Okay.
And then if the payment is coming from top down, like it should be, then those eyes will stay up and he'll stay on the side and he'll be able to move with you no matter where you're moving. So small, quick changes. It doesn't have to be fast. Everybody thinks that they have to run. You don't have to run at all. You can walk and you can turn.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, that one little turn will blow your dog's mind. Just walking straight and then rotating and turning outward, and watch that dog just be like, what the heck just happened? But making sure that they're guided in and back into position. And if they're not paying attention, pop, pop, pop.
Okay, so just like 3 little snaps.
Quick little snaps, yep, until the fixation is broken or until they bring their attention back to you, depending on what's going on. If the dog is sitting here fixated on a squirrel, snap until the dog stops staring at the squirrel.
It's usually a cat at our house.
There you go. So cats.
For some reason, they think they're candy.
Well, I mean, size of the dog, okay, yeah, you know, little snacks. So, and that's the same idea though. So, if I've got a fixation on another animal,
Thanks.
I'm going to give correction until the dog stops the behavior.
Okay.
I'm also going to remove myself from the distraction as I'm correcting. I want to gain distance.
Right.
So, again, if my distraction is that cone, I'm going to come up, I'm going to see the cone, my dog's going to fixate on the cone, and it's going to be leave it, snap, watch, and I turn, snap, snap, let's go, pop, 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 and I'm moving away from the distraction while giving corrections. So I'm constantly changing now so I can cut the dog off, block, yep, snapping backwards, so I'm pausing the dog's momentum, and then I'm turning into the dog to create that barrier. Then I'm going to continue moving, and as soon as I move, that dog's still going to be fixated backwards, right?
Right.
So now I've got to do what command? Let's go. Speed them up. Pop, pop, pop. And now if I'm going away from the distraction, they've got one of 2 choices. You can keep trying to go after the distraction, getting corrected, while I'm going the other way, and you're on a leash that's attached to you, so you have to come with me.
To me, so.
Right? It's a real thing.
It wasn't Luke, but it happened.
Exactly. So you have to still follow the person with the leash. So you could be looking back all you want, but you're going to get corrections until that head goes from here to here. And then it's good boy, head up, treat. And then we keep moving. And then you can turn again. And heck, if it's a stationary distraction, I can walk right back up to it and I can keep doing it until the dog doesn't focus on it.
Okay.
I don't want my dog to focus on that distraction. Once they start fixating on it, now we have a problem. But if it's a stationary distraction, I can keep using that to teach my dog to leave it alone. And that's some of the fun stuff that people don't do. People say, oh no, my dog hates whatever, fill in the blank, balloons. So many dogs hate balloons. Okay, we'll get a balloon, blow it up, set it down in the middle of the floor, and then guess what you can do? Walk around the balloon, giving treats, giving your corrections for acting like an idiot, giving rewards when the dog's going closer to the balloon. Okay. You're mixing and matching these things that the dogs are afraid of. So you can make it very, very beneficial while still working on loose leash walking.
Okay.
Okay. But the biggest thing is don't make that collar tight.
Okay.
Snap quickly, release quickly, and use your words.
So don't hang on to it.
Don't pull. No pull. We're not getting into a tug of war match with a dog that weighs as much as we do. Luke, I think you weigh more than I do. So I don't want to get into a tug of war match. I'm going to lose. If he wants to pull me, he's going to win.
Right.
But that collar will beat him every time if it's loose and you're snapping a correction.
Okay.
Okay? Questions?
No, just answers. Work on it.
That's it. Yep, just do it. That's all we got to do is just do it now.
We can do that.
All right.
We will.
Feel better?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, because it's been a while, so I honestly, it's like you forget certain steps if you're not doing them.
Yep.
Every day, and we weren't because of work and stuff, so now we're getting back into it to get him and me where I need to be so that we can graduate. We need to just work on it.
Exactly.
That's it. And now you gave me the steps back, so really it's...
Oh, and this is a little bit different than what we did in basic.
Yeah.
So our basic obedience course, we run a squared off course where you learn how to do your left turns, your right turns, turning around, and walking past other dogs. We teach all that during basic. For this, it's a lot more of the quick change of direction and getting your dog to start focusing. So it's a lot more of the advanced level stuff. Whereas it's opposed to, just the robotic aspect of, okay, we're going to turn left, okay, we're going to turn right. Now it's really putting the dog into that motion of, I can't just go and turn left and right. Those aren't the only things I'm going to do. But as soon as my handler changes a direction, any direction, I've got to be ultimately focused on them every time I'm on leash. Let him lay down. Be nice. He's tired.
Down.
So
it's like, you're making me stand.
I know, right? So that's really what we get into is as we start working with the dogs, we want them to be able to focus on us. And yeah, basic is great because of the fact that you're going to sit there and you're going to continue practicing those basic concepts of steps. You're going to get the leash work down, you're going to get the footwork down, and then it's always something to be able to fall back to. But then you have to be able to progress and use it into a real environment. And that's where this works in, because you're going to be able to change speed. You're going to be able to speed up, slow down. You're going to be able to baby step and just fine tune where your dog is. That's one of my favorite drills to do. And then when you start getting into the change of directions and you're sitting here just popping and turning and just being so erratic, the more erratic you are, the better it is for the dog because the dog has to focus on you.
Okay.
So that's really where we start getting into the next stages, and then obviously that's where it rolls into advanced. So advanced is always the fun part.
Yeah, well, it's a little more complex, but that's where I think I started getting confused because I couldn't consistently be here.
Yeah.
And then it started being, okay, so what am I missing? We're going downhill.
Yeah.
We're starting over.
You notice that after you don't train for about 2 days, your dog starts going, and all of a sudden you're like a week and you're like, nah! You're just crashing. But it's the small stuff. And remember that there's a difference between maintaining and training. You've got to train something new every day.
Right.
So we've got to be teaching him. I know that you guys are doing that, especially with my little buddy over there.
We teach him, well, we taught him dip is one of our commands. So if we tell Luke dip, he has to get out of the kitchen, and he does now.
Yep.
He goes outside the kitchen door and lays down.
So that's exactly it, is new commands, new sets that we want to be able to work on. We always want to be teaching our dogs something new. So if we're constantly teaching them something new while maintaining what we've already taught, once you start getting into the hundreds and 200s of commands, that maintenance piece kind of gets a little bit overwhelming. That's why you use the entire family. Yeah,
for us it's just basic, but certain things are down, like leave it, he knows. He's trying to get something he's not supposed to get, because every dog does that.
Oh, believe me, I use him for explanations on leave it.
He likes food. So we leave it, we use every day.
Yep.
Like, he gets that now.
And the reinforcement has to be there.
Even if I take him outside, he may pull to the end of the leash, but I say leave it and he'll come back to me.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, and it's just that maintaining. That maintenance stage is the biggest part.
Okay. So we just need to work, Luke.
Work.
Work.
All right.